So, amongst all of those things, right, the Antares beings, we already covered that they are star beings, that they are in a unity consciousness. In a sense, they don't really perceive separation. They have advanced or ascended into unity, as they are very close to source, and I like to say, like, the farther you get away from source, the more separation becomes apparent, and the closer you are to source, the more you realize oneness and unity. So yes, these beings in a sense are like, if you watched Rick and Morty, then you can all kind of portray them to be like, in a sense, like, unity, that one episode where there was just like this alien being, and where they're nothing like her, but yes, while I'm in it, I'll talk about that too. So, in one episode, there's like this chick, this alien, rather, I should say. She's not even gender. I can't even say she's a gender. So it's more of a consciousness. And what this being entity would do was, she would go from one planet. It will go from one planet to another, and it would, in a sense, conquer the planets. But she used to do it just cause, but then she started doing it because, to help bring forth unity and peace and things of this nature. And so she would go into a planet, and she would, in a sense, infest the people's minds, and little by little she would, in a sense, have possessed, I guess you can say, the whole planet. And now all of these planets are like under the same thinking, and they can all live under like a same set of rules or something like this. And thereby she was promoting peace through unity, I guess you can say. But that is like, well, I guess it ties to it, but yeah, ultimately they don't really perceive themselves to be separate from one another. And it is said, though, that once upon a time they did, in a sense, they were separate expressions of themselves. Like what I mean is, like, they were light bodies, and they were in separate vehicles, but they were still able to see their connection, even though they were separate. And the Antares beings, they decided that they wanted to they seen their connection, and they, in a sense, decided that they wanted to advance to the next level, if you get what I mean. To unite as a one, to unite as a whole. And in a sense, like, to this unification, they, for one, ascended in consciousness, and ascended their expression, I guess. And they became stars, star beings. They became the light. And so when they come down here to us, because these Antares beings have been assisting us for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, in actuality, you can kind of perceive them to be like the electricians of the universe. Like, what they do is, whenever there might be an issue in the matrix. So let me break down the word matrix real quick, because a lot of us don't really understand what matrix is. Well, at least we think, when we hear matrix, we think, oh, matrix, is that like, that's bad, or blah blah blah, but ultimately what a matrix is just like, I guess you can say, like a system or a program which has a set of rules. So, for instance, we live in this matrix, and in this matrix, the rules, they're completely unharmonized with us, but ultimately there is one archetype matrix, if you get what I'm saying. Like, there's an original matrix, and like I mentioned previously, it was from these Antares beings that the matrix was created. It was from them that the matrix was created, because they reside in the 11th dimension, and they are responsible for, in a sense, channeling the source energy, source light, into the void, so then it can express itself as creation. They are the ones who, I guess, utilize the light and transform it into the two masculine feminine energies, which in turn create life as you see it. Because yes, you need two to tango, right? Or rather I should say you need both the feminine and the masculine to create for creation, right? Yeah. But yeah, they're the ones in a sense also who came up with like a matrix, because it's them and the angels, yes. But the angels, in a sense, I kind of want to say, kind of have like a different path or journey. They kind of are more of like servants of God. They do the God's will. God's will. They are like I mentioned in my angel video. They're like, I portrayed them to be like the nervous system. And I guess to a degree you can kind of say that these Antarians beings are kind of like the nervous system too. As I'm sure we have two nervous systems, right? We have the center, and then the other. There is a main nervous system, and there's a other nervous system. But yes, of course, they're both crucially important. But yes, you can perceive the Antares also to be kind of like the nervous system, because like I mentioned, they are like the electricians of the universe. They work with light, frequency, and sound. And what they do is, whatever they go around the universe, although they ultimately reside in the 11th dimension, but they go where they're needed, you know what I mean? And what they do is they venture to other dimensions. They don't particularly always go as low as this dimension, the third dimension. They don't really go this low, as to a degree I don't want to say it's difficult for them, but it's like, well, yeah, to a degree you can kind of say it's difficult, but it's like they just really don't understand, us and things of this nature. But yeah, so this is, what they do. They go around the universe, and they maintain like the matrix, the original matrix, and a matrix is ultimately like a program with set rules, and things of this nature. And of course, with these Antares beings, they are beings of love, light, and truth. They're all about truth and light and love and things of this nature. So their energy is very positive. And I bring that up only because a lot of us connect matrix to something negative. But yeah, so what they do is they go around and they observe, like the matrix of how else can I put? I guess in a sense you can kind of perceive it as like the carpet of creation. Yeah, matrix, carpet of creation, or whatever you want to perceive it. Like they perceive the carpets of creations, or the matrices that reside in every dimension. And if there's something wrong with it, then they in turn help to fix it, I guess you can say. They are masters of light and sound and frequency, like I said previously. And yes, this is what they do. They go around, they sow new light codes, new information that might be missing or that might be needed for an upgrade. Like for instance with us, right? They came here and I also gotta say this, they don't really particularly perceive flesh. They don't really see flesh, they don't really see the physical. When they look at us, they see patterns of light codes. They see, in a sense, our light body to a degree, I guess you can kind of say, But yes, they see patterns of light codes and things of this nature. And yeah, that's kind of what they work on. They work on our light body. Wait. Let me take it back a notch or whatever. So yes, that's what they perceive. They see light bodies, light codes, and they see like what might be missing and what they might need to put in and things of this nature, right? So these Antares beings, like I mentioned earlier, they came here and they, in a sense, are here working with us at a DNA level. You know, they want to help they want to help fill in the gaps because due to due to a past of multiple genetic manipulations, we are kind of in a sense screwed to a degree, and we kind of do need help, you know. And they're one of the many beings that are here assisting us, you know. And yes, they work at a DNA level, you know. They work with our DNA. They also work with our light body, so on and so forth. Because their energy is so high, we can't really perceive them. You know, they work through sound, they work through frequency and sound, but to us, it's like unmutable. You know, like it's unmutable. Is that the word? Like we can't hear it. Like the human ears can't hear these frequencies. You know, but yes, they work through frequencies, light, and things of this nature. And when they come to us, they they are shapeless in a sense. You can say they are beings of light. You know, they are, I guess to a degree, you can kind of say pure conscious. I guess you can kind of say pure. But yeah, you know, they're like pure consciousness. You know, they're like, you know, it's like, you can perceive the external dimensions to be a reflection of our internal dimensions, aka chakras. We were made to believe that we have 7, but in actuality we have 12. Well, 12 major chakras, you know, but of course there are multiple, there's so many more, because all a chakra is it's a meridian point, an energy center. You know, that's all a chakra is. Right now, we are in a sense, we aren't as wide in consciousness as we could be due to this limitation, like, of consciousness and things of this nature. You know, it's like we think that we're all this because we know this and that, but it's like there's so much more that we can know, you know. It's like you truly don't know what you don't know. Yes. I will, you know, in a sense, put up a picture of, here, look, this is what it looks like, the chakras. But yeah, as you can see there, we actually have 12, right? And it's like that also with the dimensions, right? There are 12 dimensions. In total, we will be, in this series, multi-dimensional series, we'll be covering 13 dimensional beings, even though there are many more dimensional beings, you know. God damn. Ooh, woo. Living with the Aries and a Scorpio. Or whatever. God damn. It's like, excuse. Let me just recenter myself. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, you know, these beings are of high vibrations, you know, they're not as dense as us. So whenever they come down here, they are in a sense confused, like they don't get it. For one, they don't really understand the separation, because they live in unity, you know, a unity format, I guess you can say. So when they come here and they see this separation and things of this nature, they don't really get it, if you get what I mean. The way they perceive us, in a sense, is it's like the one unity, the source, has, like, in a sense, been shattered into multiple shreds of glass, and some of that expression, yes, is distorted, but more or less there are shards of glass, yes. You know, and it's like when they perceive us, they see the need to fix, like they see needing to fix I don't know if I want to say us, but it's like the matrix within us, you know, because it's like we're so dense that, and on top of the manipulation and things of this nature, that we are so distorted, so they want to help us, and they want and they are, rebuilding the matrices, the matrix upon this realm. They're also sewing in new information that in turn will help us and our ascension to source. They in turn, well, they most definitely want to work with us humans, as you gotta also realize that human beings in this third dimension, we are like of the highest consciousness. Yeah. So yes, they in turn want to work with us, and it's like every animal whom has learned their lesson will in turn ascend into a human being, and then after that, we're like the gateway, the gateway in consciousness to go into another consciousness, because that's how this shit works. But yeah, I guess to a degree it is possible for like, no, I don't even want to say that, but yes, so they work with us at a DNA level, but their energy is so silent because we can't, we're so bombarded by so many noises, from the microwaves, the frequencies of the internet, Wi-Fi frequencies rather, I should say, our phones, the TV and everything, that unconsciously, subconsciously, we learn to tune all of these noises out, like now we can tune them out unconsciously, to the point that we not only tuned out the noises around us, but we also can't really particularly listen in or hone in or tune in to other dimensional beings talking to us, like for instance in ancient Kemet, it was around these times that in actuality we could hear the whispers, but now we are so bombarded by all these noises that it's hard for us to listen. You get what I'm saying? And I guess this is kind of why meditation, for one, is also very beneficial, very helpful, etc., right? Okay, so what else? So, let's talk about the light body. What is the light body? So, what is the Merkaba first? The Merkaba is ultimately, I think it's a tetrahedral. I don't even think it's a tetrahedral, but it's like a 6-pointed star, but it's like 3-dimensional. Like it's not 2D, but it's like 3D. If you guys get what I'm saying, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah. But yeah, that's what that is. And ultimately, the Merkaba, it's 3 syllables, right? I hope I termed that right. So each syllable means something. Like the it's body, our physical body, our emotional body, and our light body. And that brings me to this. So one of the ways that these Antarians beings help or try and assist us is through DNA. They are rather more focused on helping us ascend, helping us raise our vibration, so then we in turn can, in a sense, you can say, journey back to source. Or because it's like we already are journeying back to source. I guess they just want to help us ease in the process, you can say. And one of the ways they do this is by working on the DNA, because it's like everything has a physical, a metaphysical, so on and so forth. And with the Merkaba, or like the light body, well, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So as I was saying, the Merkaba it's like this 3-pointed star thing, jig, and the in a sense there's the DNA helps hold the points, because the Merkaba is the physical body, the emotional body and the intellectual or light body simultaneously one. When you activate it, when you have that ability to activate all of these, then you in turn tap into the mark above. If you guys get what I'm saying. But yes, they want to help us in this because sometimes our DNA might be damaged, distorted, so on and so forth, and like in turn, like the Markaba or whatever, it in of itself is like unaligned and it's kind of distorted because the DNA it's on is not holding it the way it should. I also want to say that our light body is ultimately, in a sense, like a passport, like a galactic passport. To a degree, I feel like you can kind of say it's our soul. Oof, I don't even know if I should say that, but yeah, I just stick to light body. So the light body, you know, it like it has stored when these Antarians beings particularly look into a light body, the light body, because that's kind of what they see when they look at us. They're light beings, so that's what they perceive, light, you know. When they look at us, they kind of see the light body aspect of us, you know. And in a sense, this is, our light body. And through looking at us, these patterns, they know our past, our future, and our present. They know where we were, where we're going, and where we're headed, you know. Because the thing about the light body, in a sense, is it's where all of our dreams are stored, where all of the future, all of the past, all of the present is stored, you know. And the thing about the light body is its light isn't particularly this light that we perceive. It's more crystalline or crystalline in its nature. And with that being said, the thing about the crystalline light is it's within it, in a sense, it's like prism. I don't know if I should say it's endless, but it's like it has like prisms within it, you know. Like if you were to look into this crystalline light, then what you would see is ultimately that within it, it's like, in a sense, like a crystal, I guess, to a degree, but it's like reflecting the light within it, you know. Like it's not just one light beaming, but it's like within the light there's lights. And in a sense, this crystalline thing whoa, this crystalline light, in a sense, is like is it also contains all of the colors of the rainbow, I guess you can say, you know. And but on top of that, it's also very, very bright. Like when you look at your light body first, your physical eyes, in a sense, won't be able to handle, but after a while, you know, you get in tune, or like your apparatus tunes to that light, you know, in your eyes. They in a sense can handle it. So most of the time, the light body is above us, above our head, hovering above our head. As a lot of us, it's hovering above our head, but on top of that, most of the time, well, what I'm getting at is not really residing in the physical for most of us. And a lot of the time, it's like it's not yet developed. And you know, these distortions can happen when you go through certain certain incarnations into certain planes. Like for instance, some of us who came into this realm, we had, you know, I guess you can say a light body, which was in turn kind of through the process of coming to the earth, it kind of damaged itself, or got distorted, in a sense you can say. Yeah, you can say that. It kind of, you know, got distorted. So yes, a lot of us are in need to work on the light body. The light body, in a sense, kind of corresponds with the intellectual body. to a degree, as it does hold past, future, present. And I feel like, well, it's in turn to the Markaba, which you can access interstellar travel, where you can travel to other dimensions, where in a sense you have access to the Akashic records. And the Akashic records is like where everything past, future, present information lies. You can go there and you can surf the book, surf the library, and receive whatever information you desire. I said I would make an Akashic records video, explaining what a meditation that I should say, but I haven't got to it, and that's just telling me that it's not. I'm not meant to, because if I was meant to, then I would have. Yes. I'm not. Never really in a rush to do anything. But yeah, a lot of us need to work on the light body. And most of the time, when you don't work on your light body, when it's distorted, and you attempt to anchor it down into your physical body, then this actually does more harm than good to you. It actually harms you. Yeah, like it harms you, like, because your light body in a sense is like information to a degree. When you take anchor in your light body to your physical body, you in turn have like a transformation that's beyond physical. It's like, yeah, but it's like it is, of course, the light body is beyond physical, but it affects you at a physical level. And if you are if this light body is distorted and everything, then that transformation won't have all of the. It's like DNA is blueprint, and to a degree, it's just kind of what I guess I kind of want to say the light body is, but rather, let me just say it's more information. It's information, it's information about us, who we are, what we are, where we were, and things of this nature. And when it's distorted and you bring it down, then it's instructing your body to transform in a way that's distorted. So yeah. Maybe in the future I'll also make videos on. Yeah, no, not maybe, but of course I'll make more videos on the light body. What it is, working with it, blah blah blah, things of that nature. Yeah. So what else can I say about this? Or about the Antarians beings? They're powerful to work with, and especially when you talk about healing. Like, for instance, I just my friend, he just did this healing for me, and while we were doing the healing, I also invited the Antarians beings to come. And what they did was they opened up like my rib right here. They opened it up right here, and in a sense, I guess you can say, removed like this plate right here, and it was in a sense black or dead or like an empty battery or whatever you want to say. And in turn they replaced it with this like other what did I say it was? A plate. This other plate which was more gold. It was like golden light, and they put it in me. And yeah, and they told me this blah blah blah, this and that. And it's so interesting because when after the healing, my friend, he was just like, you got a whole, like, in a sense, new body. And I was just like, that is crazy you say that, because I had that image as well. I had that image of like receiving a new body part. But he told me that in turn it was like a whole new body. He worked on like restructuring my whole body. But it's more like, the thing about it is when you're doing healing, you are rather working at you're working in the spiritual realm, and in turn that affects the energetic realm or the physical realm. But yes, okay. So yeah.